Tonight we have team coverage of this controversial decision. KFOX 14 News at 9's Emmanuel Rivas is in the newsroom after getting local reaction.
Yeah, but first we go to Vania Castillo, who was at today's press conference. She tells us what else the district attorney said.
Well, we've received confirmation from the district attorney that he will not be seeking the death penalty in the state trial against Patrick Crusius. Now, he's been accused and found guilty in the federal trial of killing 23 people and injuring 22 others in a racially motivated attack here at a Walmart back in 2019. Instead, he will now be offered a plea deal.
This was not a decision that was reached lightly or hastily. This is something that has been ongoing for a discussion that has been ongoing for several months. It's something that I personally have thought about very much so.
That is how District Attorney James Montoya started his address to the media, confirming that his office would no longer be seeking the death penalty in the state trial against Patrick Crusius, the gunman who targeted El Paso in 2019, killing 23 people and injuring 22 others in a racially motivated attack at a local Walmart.
You know, I started these conversations apologizing to them that I'm the fourth DA that they have to meet over the last 6 years.
Montoya took office just under 4 months ago and has since been navigating the fallout left behind by former district attorneys Bill Hicks and Yvonne Rosales.
These families have been in limbo for 6 years. 6 whole years.
Crusius' defense has accused previous prosecutors of misconduct. Those allegations, paired with years of delays and COVID, meant that by 2025, no trial date had ever been set.
They just wanted it to be over. They didn't want to be getting calls from us anymore.
After 6 long years in limbo, the families are closer to closure. But not everyone agrees with how it's coming.
I do feel like we need to talk about this, and I want to give you the opportunity to address it. But you yourself admitted that you'd run your campaign leaning towards seeking the death penalty. Yeah. And, you know, this was an attack that killed 23 people. But it was a racially motivated attack that was against people that looked like most of our community. Right. What do you have to say to the people who now feel betrayed and maybe even misled by this decision?
Yeah, the circumstances, not even the circumstances, I met with the families. It's that simple. That's what changed. I'm telling you, to this day, right now, I think he deserves to die for what he did. That is my personal opinion. But that, you know, I'm the community's elected representative. I'm these families' representative. And I cannot tell them to their face after having these conversations with them where they have told me that they want this case over with, for me to tell them, I hear what you say, I understand it, but nah, we're gonna keep doing this. I am not gonna do that.
So what happens next? Well, Crusius is expected to accept that plea deal on April 21st. And of course, we'll be here to make sure we keep you informed with the latest and keep you updated as things continue to develop. Reporting from downtown El Paso, I'm Vania Castillo.
El Paso District Attorney James Montoya will not pursue the death penalty against the Walmart shooter.
Yeah, well, during his campaign, he said he was for the death penalty. He now says he wants to do what he says the majority of families he spoke with want, which is the case to be over with.
You know, I believe in the death penalty. I believe that this defendant deserves the death penalty for what he did. So there are victims' families who wanted to pursue the death penalty all the way into the end, no matter what. But the overwhelming majority did not.
Montoya has been in office for a few months now. He is the 4th DA to inherit this case in the last 5 years. Now, the August 3rd state case has been delayed due to multiple issues, to include the changes in district attorneys.
KFOX 14 News at 9's Julia Spencer live in the studio tonight to break down how this case has evolved over the years. Julia.
That's right. Well, this case has gone through multiple district attorneys, several legal battles and delays over the past 6 years. So let's take a look at where it all began and how we got to this point.
It's been more than 6 years since Patrick Crusius carried out the racially motivated mass shooting at an El Paso Walmart, killing 23 people on August 3rd, 2019. Just days after the attack, then District Attorney Jaime Esparza charged Crusius with capital murder and announced plans to seek the death penalty. In 2020, Esparza chose not to seek re-election, and El Paso voters elected Yvonne Rosales as the next district attorney.
Yes, we'll definitely seek the death penalty, but that type of case, it's automatically going to be set for an appeal.
But her time in office was short-lived. She faced mounting legal challenges, accusations of incompetence, and claims of prosecutorial misconduct. Under growing pressure, she resigned in November 2022. Texas Governor Greg Abbott then appointed Bill Hicks to take over the case.
I'm the third district attorney to handle this case.
Under Bill Hicks, the case moved forward under a gag order. And in September 2024, a judge set jury selection set for January 2026. That same month, the Crusius defense team accused prosecutors from all three DA administrations of misconduct. They filed a motion to dismiss the capital murder and assault charges and to take the death penalty off the table.
It's the same office that Mr. Hicks holds. You can't just say, well, that was under Mr. Esparza's administration. This happened under the Rosales administration. Therefore, I get a mulligan. They don't get a mulligan in death penalty cases, Judge.
No, listen, their accusations are not based in the law. We're fine. I'm very comfortable.
No ruling was ever made on the defense's misconduct allegations. Then in November 2024, James Montoya was elected as El Paso's next district attorney, becoming the fourth DA to oversee the case. And now Montoya has announced he will not seek the death penalty for Patrick Crusius.
I could not, in good conscience, continue to seek the death penalty against the wishes of so many of the victims.
So what happens next? Well, Patrick Crusius is expected to plead guilty to his capital murder state charges and serve a life sentence without parole. Reporting live from the studio tonight, Julia Spencer, KFOX 14 News at 9.
All right, Julia, thank you.